let x be a normally distributed random variable. That means that x has a normal distribution. And if you have a normal distribution, what you're going to need to know is what are the mean and what are the standard deviation. So we're going to assume that the mean, mu, is equal to 13, and that the standard deviation, sigma, is going to be equal to 5. And we want to compute the 92nd percentile. Now the symbol for that's going to be a big capital P with a subscript of 92, so the 92nd percentile. To do this, we're going to use an option on the calculator called the inverse norm. Now the inverse norm is going to need to have 3 numbers. The second 2 are kind of obvious. One's going to be the mean, the other's going to be the standard deviation, so 13 and 5. The first one is going to be that percentile, or percentage, written as a proportion. So in this case, it's going to be 0.92. And when you use the calculator to do this, you're going to find it's 20.03. So to use the inverse norm in your calculator, you're going to go up to second, and then you're going to go down to bars, and then it's the third option in the list. It says inverse norm. Going to hit enter on that. Then you're going to type in your percentile as a proportion, so that's 0.92, comma, then your mean, in this case, which is going to be 13, and then another comma, and then 5, which is your standard deviation, and then a closed parenthesis, and then you hit enter, and you're going to get 20.025, which rounds to the 20.3. Now for other calculators, you do it almost the same way at second and bars. You still go down to the third option, which is inverse norm. Now the area, that's the percentage or percentile written as a proportion, so it's 0.92. The mu, that's our 13. The next one's our standard deviation, which is 5. Then we go down to paste, hit enter, and what we'll actually get there is the same thing we got the first time we did this. It says inverse norm, then it'll have the 0.92, the percentile as a proportion, a comma, the 13, which is the mean, a comma, then a 5, which is the standard deviation, and then it calculates the exact same number for us.